Real ones got the energy, fake ones don't. You can't fake energy. I'm sorry, you just can't. You cannot do it. You can't fake real core energy. And I'm going to explain why. Fake ones are running around faking like they have it when they really don't. And what I mean by have it is have real, true core energy within them. They're thriving, they're vibrant, they're vital, they have a vitality within them. You either have it or you do not. You know, you have it in different quantities, right? It's a spectrum. It's not like either you have it or you don't have it at all. But real ones, like real ones, they have a lot of it. They have a lot more of it than most other people, right? And people that are fake, people that are faking it, they're trying to act as if they have something that they don't really have. They're trying to act like they have energy and abundance when they have very little. They have very little vitality within them. Real core energy. Now, everybody is hopped up on something, right? Caffeine, nicotine, energy drinks, alcohol, this, that, some sort of med or whatever, anti-anxiety med, whatever helps them get through their day, helps them deal with social anxiety, helps them deal with, work, with stressors at work, at home, getting things done around the house, getting things done outside of the house, extra stuff. Everybody has these things to help them get through their day, right? And those are artificial forms of energy. But that's not that get those people that are on that sort of energy, that run on that type of energy, that have very little core, real energy. Like, I'm just talking energy that you have just naturally all the time, right? It's literally within you. If you don't have that, these are two different things. If you don't have that, then you get exposed. And usually it's stress that exposes you. It's just life in and of itself that exposes you. You might be able to do a lot of things on a daily basis, but you cannot do them well. You're out of balance. You feel so out of balance. Your emotions can get way out of whack. Things really upset you. Things like really get to you that, you know, well, when you have like a lot of energy, like you just see that they shouldn't get to people, but there's things that just get to you that shouldn't get to you. Comments, little digs that people say will like affect you more. A boss like talking down to you will affect you more. Other people affect you more. Like, just flat out. What people say, what people do, what people do this, people do that, just all this stuff that affects you way more than it should if you have a lack of like real core energy. You also don't think through things like stressful things, whether it be like, traffic, or, you know, you're dealing with some crazy things at work. It's super busy. You're dealing with a ton of different things at once, right? Or, you know, things at home. You're having, your kids doing this, they're flipping out, and then, you know, the oven's like, overheating, or, you burnt something and the alarm's going off and somebody's knocking at the door, like all these things, right? all of us have seemingly, all of us have stressful situations, right, on a daily basis. When you have a lack, like um, a small amount of core energy, of real energy, life gets to you more. You cannot operate efficiently through it. Stressful things really stress you out. And you can, yeah, you try to think through them, but it's like you're so stressed. Like you can feel it. You get anxious, you get fearful, you get angry, you get frustrated. You kind of lose your balance, right? And you're making decisions that like aren't always the best. You're not sure if that's the right decision or not. You could be convinced otherwise if somebody has a different, you know what I mean? And like the decisions that you make often lead to like um issues, right? Your decision was like flawed and now there's like another issue that you have to take care of. Whereas like if you had made a different decision, it wouldn't have incurred all these extra things that you have to take care of because of how poor that decision was. It fixed it, it fixes the situation, but it wasn't the most efficient. You know what I mean? This is what I mean by, real ones have energy. Fake people do not. And it's not like they're fake people, but they're faking like they often they can even have like a nice life on the surface from looking in, right? They got a nice house, they drive a nice car, they have good jobs, they have 3 kids, they have a basketball hoop outside of their house, they got 2 dogs and a cat, they go around and sing Christmas carols every Christmas, and the whole neighborhood loves them, and they do potlucks and stuff like. You know what I mean? Like on the surface, it can look good, but when you look at these people under stress, it's usually always under stressful situations when the pressure gets on. Pressure, man. Pressure is always what exposes people. Pressure. Just put them under pressure. Just up the pressure, up the heat, up the compression, up the stakes, you know, up the stress, up the activity. Just, you know, it's like you got two, like in science where like you see like two atoms or something, they're like just kind of floating around like in a box in a container. It'd be like if you threw like a billion atoms in there and they're all just bouncing off each other, blah, 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 blah. Just up the chaos, up the entropy, right? Then you see who's real. You see who's got it and who don't. You see who's got it and who don't. I know this because I've literally I came from that life, right? I've I've like slowly clawed out of like this black tar that was just sitting on me. Just stress, anxiety, depression, just self-conscious, just like can't move, have no energy. Everything so, little things just are so momentous, they're just, just little things. Standing in line at the grocery store, having to go to the grocery store, you know, like then having to get gas or having to clean my place or, having to go here, having to go there, having to run an errand and then having to go to work or having to go to the gym after work or, for goodness sakes, just a basic life. I couldn't do it. I could not do it, without assistance, right? Like you might have a really stressful day. maybe you handled your stress okay, right? But then you go home and you have to take a load off. You have to get a six pack from the 7-Eleven on your way home. You're sipping Stella's or Modelo's or something. You're taking a hit of that vape. You're jerking off or you're having sex with your partner and you're eating crappy and you have to throw on some Netflix or throw on a game or whatever just to like, oh, and you just let your mind just go blank for like 3 hours because you're just like, that's not normal. What I'm trying to say is that is not normal. I've been there. I've been there. I've been that person. I've been in hell. Where you're just like it's just, you'll wake up and it's just there's stress. You're just stressed. It's like, oh, like life feels very difficult. Just basic life. And then when stressful situations come, when a busy day at work comes, oh, you're obliterated. You're obliterated. And you need this, and you need this, and you need this to help you. You need to start slamming coffee. You need some sugar. You need some food. You need to cram all this food in. You need to drink some alcohol just to keep yourself sane. I know what that's like. And I'm here to tell you, there is an entire different way of living that is very, very enjoyable, very stress-free. You operate so much more efficiently, so much more naturally, so much more organically. The things that used to seem really difficult now are just nothing. You just do them. You just do them. Stressful situations that used to be stressful are now no longer stressful. You can feel like a little bit of like okay, like I feel there's more to do right now. Like there's a little pressure on me right now. You feel it a little bit, but it's not. You can work through it. You're making good decisions through it. You're making the best decisions through it. Everyone around you is noticing that you're making the best decisions through it. They're like, oh wow, this guy functions really well under high stress, under pressure. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like there's nothing like core energy. If you don't have core energy, real energy, you cannot operate efficiently. You cannot thrive in your life. You cannot level up in your life. You're faking it. Most people, I'm not saying, like, I don't want to accuse. You might not be faking it. But most people out there are faking it hard, hard, and they don't even know that anything's wrong. They're drinking this, they're smoking that, they're, doing this bad habit at night. They're eating junk. They're not going to the gym because it's too stressful. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. They're, you know, a crazy person to be around, especially when it's high stress. They can lose their cool real easy. Or sometimes it can sort of manifest itself as you're always cool, but you just can't handle stress. Like those people who just like, oh yeah, it's all good, brother. Like smoke weed, like chill. Okay, but you can't handle nothing, bro. Like get out there in the real world and do something. Contribute to society. You'll lose your shit. It won't be all cool then. You won't be chilling then. I bet you'll lose your freaking mind. You'll be out there looking like a crazy person because you just don't have the energy. And that's why you just have to like, chill in your mother's basement and just eat pizza all day and like smoke weed and play video games and just be like, oh, it's all cool, I did a 4-hour, Uber Eats shift today. It's like, cool, bro. If this is all you can manage with your energy, with your life, okay. If you want that, if that's the most that you want for your life, then okay. Like, cool. You can chill and have fun and do that for the rest of your life and have a grand old time. But most people, they want to, contribute to society, level up, do more, give more, be of higher value to the world, you know? Core energy. How do you get it? Easy. Well, not easy. It's probably the hardest thing you'll ever do. You only have to give up all the temporary pleasures. You only have to give up all the things that you love indulging in. Stop eating crap food. Start taking your health and fitness seriously. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop vaping. Stop smoking. Stop dipping. Stop smoking weed. This is a tough one. Stop masturbating. Your sexual energy is a huge source of this core energy. Men and women, you will benefit heavily from not overloading your dopamine centers every night or every other night. Especially when you're looking at porn, that thing just, it's times 1,000. Your brain is just like on cloud 9 and nothing's happening. You know, like if your brain always feels good, you're never going to change. There's no impetus to change. You need to be in pain. You need to be getting the pain signals to change. That's how you become better in life. You have to feel it all. You have to feel the pain that you're in, all the emotions that you feel, anxiety, sadness, loneliness, anger, fear, all that stuff. You have to feel that. You just have to. There's no way around it. That's why when you stop all these habits that all these things, all these bad things that you just love to do, you love to do them because they're constantly making you feel good. Constantly. Constant. You're constantly in a state of feeling good, of like numbing, temporary pleasure after temporary pleasure after temporary pleasure. You're just like, okay, she's making me feel good. It's a numbing agent. You are completely numbing yourself off of life. You're not interacting with it. You're not getting the proper information, the proper signals. It's a wonder that you can't level up. You can't progress, you know? And it's a wonder you have no real energy. You have no actual energy. Because all this energy is you're just all just firing on all cylinders, cloud 9 all the time. And sexual energy is a huge part of this. Cannot recommend that enough. Women, start being chaste again, for goodness sake. View your as sacred. That's sacred shit down there, bro. That's sacred. Don't just give that to any guy. And stop masturbating. Stop masturbating. Point blank. You'll start to have a lot more energy. It'll be extremely difficult. Obviously, this is extremely difficult stuff. I've made other videos on this, but extremely difficult stuff. This is not easy. Like I said before, this will be the hardest thing that you'll probably ever do. It's the path less traveled. But that's why everybody out there is struggling through life, eking their way through life, not thriving. You have to do the hard things. If you want the real good stuff, if you want to feel really good, if you want to be the best person you can be, if you want to contribute to the society on the highest level you can, then you have to do the hardest things. And it starts with yourself. All the hardest things, they start with purifying yourself, choosing the good habits, choosing the virtuous life, right? Are you a fake one? Are you a real one? Do you really got it? Are you just faking it out there? Everybody out there, most people are just faking it all. You know, when it really comes down to it, when the pressure's on, when the pressure builds, when it's go time, when 1,000 different things are happening at once, when the chaos is coming, most people don't have it. They can't handle it. You know, they just want to, they can live a very average, just very mediocre, just life. Just, yeah, I'll go to work and okay, I'll go home and just leave me alone. I just want to watch TV and, you know, eat. Like, are you a real one? Do you get, you know, are you going? Is every day like, because if you're real, you literally can't fake it. If you're real, if you really got real energy, you cannot fake it. You just, you just have it. You know what I mean? You literally have it. So you're just, yeah, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. Okay, next thing. Cool, balanced, sharp. Everything's refined. You're thinking high, you know, efficient. You know, what's the plan here? What's the plan here? Like you're just, and everything's like calm, organic, but still you have energy. You have sustainable energy. You have lasting energy. And it's the best energy there is, you know? It's the best energy there is. By far, nothing even comes close. Those artificial sources of energy are not even energy, really. They're not even energy. They're not, that's not real energy. Real energy, you'll know. You'll know. It's like, poof. It's like mainline IV drip, just like, you're like, okay, you know, this is different. This is different, you know. All right, that's the video.